Hi there, this is Martin Hoxie. Mel Phillips on the alt members mailing list has asked a question about open badges, and I started writing a response, but then I thought it's probably quicker just to show you how we used open badges as part of ocTEL and some of the things that you should, I think about when issuing badges on an institution level. So I'm just going to share my screen. So this was Mel's question. So approaches around maintaining identity, badge credibility, and so on. So a bit of context. Early in the year, we ran ocTEL, which was an open course in technology enhanced learning, organized by alt and delivered by alt members. And as part of that, we were very keen to issue open badges. As it turned out, we didn't get everything in place in time for the start of the course, but we were able to issue digital badges. And I think it's a useful distinction to have, that every badge doesn't have to be an open badge. Digital badges, exact same concepts. In fact, open badges really draws on digital badges. Digital badging has been around for ages. You find it in a lot of existing websites and communities. And so what we were doing was, just as you would create an open badge, we were creating digital badges. So they, like open badges, they have images, they have criteria, you can attach evidence to badges. So with ocTEL, we were using WordPress to host all of this. So one way you could approach this on an institutional level is that you make a distinction between what you want to issue as an open badge and what you just want to use digital badging to do kind of the bulk of it. So you'd have lots of digital badges for different parts of your course, and then it would only be the open badges that would be issued by your institution. In terms of motivation, I don't think there'll be much difference. As part of ocTEL, we did a mid-course survey, and digital badges seem to have a big motivating effect for the students in ocTEL. And I don't think if they were open badges at that point, it would have had much difference. So after the midpoint in the course, we actually were able to convert our digital badges into open badges. And the way we did that was, when we were entering the digital badges, all the data that you actually need for it to be an open badge was already there in the database. And it was just a case of exposing that data in a way that it would be recognized by Mozilla Backpack as an open badge. And so that's what we did. I think in terms of implications of that, I think one really important one is that when you're issuing badges to the Mozilla Backpack, the email address that you've issued that badge to is critical. In the case of ocTEL, we quickly discovered that if someone had registered on the course with a personal email address, and then we were issuing badges to a work email address, or their backpack had a work email address. Basically, if there was a mismatch with the email addresses that the person had registered their backpack with, the badges wouldn't copy in. So if you're issuing badges as part of your course with a student email address, that works well for the duration of the course. But when that student leaves the course, continues life, those badges will become invalidated unless the email address for them is updated as well, which kind of underlines, why you should perhaps be looking at digital badges rather than open badges right now, because there's this issue of, as part of the badge data, the email address is part of that validation. And if that email address changes or it has a mismatch, you've lost that validation. So different ways that you might want to address this within your institution is to, as I mentioned at the beginning, make a distinction between which badges are digital badges created by you on an ad hoc basis, and then which badges become open badges, which are validated by your institution. The other way to look at it is perhaps within open badges themselves, the metadata identifies who's issuing the badges. So I think in here we've got some, just to show you the data behind the open badges, it might make it a bit easier. Let me see if I can find, I should have really prepared this beforehand. I'll go back one more just in case it's in there. I think it's this one. So this is the actual data behind the badge, and as part of the badge, you can actually identify different people who are issuing it. So you have the evidence. I think it's the verifier. So I don't know if that URL is active, but you could basically break it down. So in terms of identifying who issued the badge, it might not be the institution. You might use your course as the issuer, and so it's not affiliated to the institution, if you see what I mean. And so badges that you do want, you know, to go through some sort of validation within your institution would be issued by someone else. So, you know, it would be the institution as the issuer rather than an individual within a course. So that's one way, or another way of looking at it. But I think this critical thing about the email address is something that you need to have fixed in your mind about how you're going to address, because I think it will create issues for you further down the line. Anyway, that's my quick thoughts on it. I did a session on how we used open badges as part of the OCTEL conference this year. So I think open badges and digital badging is an interesting area to explore, and I think it's got some very useful side effects in terms of things like situational awareness, just building a better picture of how someone's doing within the course. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'll leave it there.